Behind me is a motorbike with a cafe racer serious style. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the Monday Motorbikes Presidio. This thing is an awesome cafe racer style frame. It has a 48 volt, 14 amp hour battery with a 17.5 amp hour optional. It has a 750 watt Bafang rear hub and that cafe banana seat. We love it. Very wide handlebars and a Bafang display to boot. Check out this headlight. The fenders, the included wheel, the tread on this is so awesome. And that long extended body reaching back to a single sprocket rear freewheel. I like it. You know what we have to do. We are going to add a second battery to this Monday Motorbikes Presidio. We believe we're gonna have a good soft landing spot right here. So we are gonna target that area on the frame. We've got to get a good look at the controller, and we believe it's going to be bullet connectors, and that's gonna be the way we roll. Hopefully we'll have some storage space for the balancer, but if not, we'll just do the bag entry like we have in so many other videos. Want to throw a shout out to our favorite shop. You can check them in the description below. They offered us the opportunity to check this out, so we really appreciate it. If you haven't already, give us a like and subscribe on YouTube. It is our primary. If you want to show us some love for doing videos like this, that is the way to do it. And if you're in the Tampa Bay area, E-Bikes of Tampa Bay, Florida Facebook group, get in there, make an event, and go for a ride with your friends. All the products that we use in this video will be linked in the description below, so check that out. We'll probably put a link to the website as well. Here we go. Okay, so first look, I see these bullet connectors, so that's a big target for us. We're gonna wait for a moment. This looks to be the controller box. And then there seems to be 6 mounting places for the seat. So they are lock nuts, which we're gonna have to remove to get the seat off. It looks like we can take these markers off the side just to make it a little bit easier for us. All right, this seems to be a 10 millimeters, so we're gonna try that out. And then there's one set right in there. Go ahead and remove these guards just to make it easier. There we are. First look at our controller over the top. We are seeing bullet connectors right here. They are popping out right underneath. So we've confirmed that. We also have confirmed some space, and we know that based on the controller, this is a 25 amp controller, so we need our 40 amp balancer. So we're gonna go ahead and get that kit and get it ready for hookup. There's a couple things I wanna show you this kit. This is the 40 amp balancer. We're going with this because there's a 25 amp controller for this bike. I wanna show you the seat as well, so you can see what you're working with. All right, there's these posts, and they actually do create space right here down the middle, so don't worry too much about that. The bike actually has wiring in between this space right here, so I'm sure that's what it was for. It's just there are 6 screws, so you've got to get those lock nuts off of these. A little bit of a pain, but not terrible, and at least you know which way to go for this. 10 millimeter on that, so y'all go find your lost socket head. Now, with this, I'm likely gonna try and shift this thing. Yes, I'm gonna shift the controller, and then the wiring is right here. And I'm gonna get at these bullet connectors, put our adapters on there, and then once I get all the wiring back, I'm gonna pull the power up through here and then push this back up and then lay my balancer right there. And then we'll run the wires this way. We may not even need the cables. I'll put a zip tie here and then wrap it around the tray just like this one. Okay, so my first endeavor is to undo the connection for the bullet connectors. You might take off the battery as well, at least throw it into the off position just in case you go to connect and you make a mistake. So now I'm gonna shift the controller, and why I'm doing this is so that I can move my power wires into the box. Perfect. And there we go. So then I'm going to take my XT60 adapter and then just go ahead and plug them in. I may have to push this back some. And for this one, I'm just going to take and clamp down on the bullet. Not too much. There, that is a good connection. Now I'm going to take and push the controller back up into the housing, like I said. Now that will give me room for the balancer. This, what we're gonna do is take out to controller, and you can actually read this on the face of the balancer, and that will go to the controller here. And then these two are your battery connections. Remember, we have the other set of bullet connectors right here. So just the same as we did on the negative, we're going to clamp down on this a bit. Just a bit. You'll actually see where it's split. Perfect. go. And so this is factory battery out. What we can do right now immediately is test to see if we have power. Make sure you turn your battery on. Haha. And voila, we do have power. That's through the balancer right now. All right, so now I have our typically recommended 48 volt, 10 amp hour battery. Right now we have enough length in our cabling to actually reach the balancer itself without having to put extra wires from the kit. So I think I'm gonna go that route. And then there seems to be enough of a hold between these two bars that it's not gonna go anywhere, even when it's like this. So I'll strap with these two around this back post, and then, let's see. And then I will just come up and then strap around this top bar as well, and that should get it done. And I'm just being conscious not to pinch any of the wiring with this strap. Okay, we're back over the top, and you see that I have the balancer here. It is plugged in already to the second battery here. And what I'm going to do is just unplug the main battery and show you that it works. So this is just the second battery. There we go. Power, awesome. So let me go ahead and get this plugged in. At this point, we are now dual battery. I do think that I'm just gonna run this one underneath just a bit, just to keep it out of harm's way. And then there we are. Let me take my zip tie, and then I'm gonna go around the box and then up through the output and input wiring on the balancer here. So you can see it's just after the controller out. And that'll keep that from rattling around. Everything else seems tight enough, like you've got some flex here as well. It'll sit well. The battery's in there, so that's good. Balancer's in there. It can't move out because the wiring here will stop it. There you go. Awesome. So just a good look. Balancer, battery, bullet. You have to squeeze a little bit on the bullets for one of each, just because of the sizing. The other one spreads it out just a tad. It's just by millimeters is it's really the tolerance. So it's easy to just take care of it here and then make sure it's a good tight connection. The battery is Velcroed around the top, and then it's Velcroed on this back. This is a 10 amp hour battery. And then this is a 40 amp hour balancer, and it sits real nice and pretty in there. Square end to the back. So there we have it. We have successfully added a second 48 volt, 10 amp hour battery to the Monday Presidio. This is the Cafe Racer style. We really like it. And that second battery tucks perfectly into this frame. No obstruction. You still have your step through. It is great. A lot of you want to know about the range calculations, so let me go ahead and give you those numbers. The mica toll constant says it's 25 watt hours consumed per mile. So we're going to go ahead and do the addition. This battery is a 10 amp hour battery, and this is a 14 amp hour battery. So that brings us to 24 amp hours. 24 times 48 equals 1,152 watt hours. You divide that by 25 and you get 46 miles at 20 miles per hour, throttle only. That is a pretty good combination. They also sell the 17.5 amp hour battery from the factory, and you can get a larger battery. You are not locked into the 10 amp hour battery. Just make sure that you have a solid mounting place for your second battery, and it is 48 volts to match this system. If you haven't already, give us a like and subscribe on YouTube. It is our primary, and we appreciate any support we can get from you guys. Show us the love. And if you're in the Tampa Bay area, E-Bikes of Tampa Bay, Florida, get in that Facebook group and go for a ride with your e-bike friends. Check out all our other videos for multiple brands, and one of our most popular, the electric folding e-bike. There's a throttle kit, there's a controller and display replacement, there's also the dual battery discharge balancer kit, and then we have the aftermarket plate for their newest Haichung battery. Be on the lookout for some more videos. We'll talk to you next time.